Hey everybody, this is Abby with Scrap and Abby, and I am back with a completed journal that I made for my friend who was recently diagnosed with breast cancer. And I actually started this on Friday night, and then I finished it up tonight on Sunday, and it's about 8, almost 9 o'clock my time. So I really wanted to push and get this done so I could get this to her this week before she heads off on her leave. So I'll just go ahead and get right to it. The first part of the video is a little snippet, the one I did before the finished product. It shows you the binder that I purchased. It was just a black basic photo album that I picked up just at a local store, and then I had show you guys a bunch of the different embellishments and things that I was thinking about using. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of go through the video, and I'm also going to have some pictures and a slideshow on my blog, scrappin-abby.blogspot.com, and I'll have some more photos of the inside as well. I'm going to do my best to keep everything in frame. This album's kind of large, and I want to make sure I get some good documentation before I give this to her. So what I did on the front, as you can see, is on the album here, the first thing I did, I'll actually show you the back side so it's kind of plain. What I did is I took some Mod Podge and I put some burlap around the entire outside of the album and wrapped it to the front and the inside. And then here I have some crinkle ribbon and a little memento pin that says Thoughts. I'm not sure if you can see that up close or not. It says Thoughts. And then I just use some of the crinkle ribbon to make like a little bow off the side. And then what I have hanging off here are some little pink glass beads. These are really pretty. I kind of like to fiddle with stuff when I'm doing things or in the thought process, so I thought it was kind of fun. Plus I like the way it sounds on the book against the canvas. I just really feel that this, or the burlap, excuse me, I think it just makes a really cool texture, kind of something neat to hang on to. And I didn't want to put paper on the outside, so if she packs this around with her, which is kind of the intention, or lots of people are picking it up, she doesn't have to worry about getting, you know, it dirty or wet or anything like that, ruining the back. It's going to be fully protected. And then the front, as you can see, I have a flower, and then my journey. I took some chipboard letters and I ran them through my embosser. You can't really tell because I put some Fontage embossing powder on the top of the letters, but I ran them through my embossing machine and just kind of give the letters some texture. You can kind of see the color there with that. I mixed in with some pink, so I kind of had a custom color. And then this is a Graphic 45 knob door handle. I'm not forgetting the name of it off the top of my head. Let me look here. I got the package right here. It's the Ornate Metal from Graphic 45 is what it is. It's the Ornate Metal door plate and knob. And that's it. This is just more for visual. It's not really functional. It's not doing anything. It's just because I thought it was kind of cool to have in the front of the book. So, and then we'll go ahead and get started on inside. And then here is the cover. And again, I'm going to do my best to do this one-handed to hold this up. This here is a little bit of a little thing I wrote to her, so I won't go over that too much because it's kind of personal. But what I have right here on the inside of the album is, this is pretty cool, I thought, that I put together. This has, it's a little flip album, and she can put some pictures inside here, and then there's also even a spot in the back here. It says for negatives, but if she wanted to put some, you know, little note cards or some extra photos in that little slot, she could do that. And then this is for a CD right here, so if anybody's doing recording for her throughout the process, you know, visiting her in the hospital, that kind of thing, she'd have a place to put that. And then her name is Shelly, of course, so I put her name on there. And then it says, "You look lovely today," because I wanted her to feel, as she's going through this process and treatment, that she remembers that she is a beautiful person, because she really truly is. So something kind of cool I did in the front, so she could take this with her, is I actually, and I'll have to put this down so I can take it off here, is I put some Velcro on the back of this. That way she could pop this off and take it with her. And the back has the Velcro, of course, but I put the smooth side on there so it wouldn't be too, you know, wouldn't stick to anything. And that way she could pack this with her, oops, if she wanted to take it like to an appointment, or just wanted to stick it in her purse or something like that. And then it just easily sticks right back on there, and it stays. It's pretty cool. And on the inside of the album here, you can see that I put some cardstock on the inside to kind of give that professional kind of book matting that you normally see on the insides of books. And then again, here's the front page. And then each of the pages in this album, I used a combination of some old vintage photo album papers. I used some notebook paper, lined paper, and then I also used some cardstock and some different mediums on the cardstock, as you'll see. So I left some of these pages blank, so she had the freedom to journal if she wanted to, slap some pictures in, maybe, you know, whatever kind of memento or whatever she feels like doing. And then this here is just some washi tape on the side. This is really cool. I'm actually going to do a tutorial on my YouTube channel on how I came up with this. I'm not saying I originated this idea, but I've never seen it. And I'll show you later on the album where this came from. I thought this was kind of cool. So what I did is I had some crepe paper that was in a wide width roll. I took it and then I kind of crinkled it, and then I only put adhesive on the sides and the bottom to make like a pocket. And that way when I stuck inside here are some tags. And there's a total of 5. Of course, there's room for her to put more if she'd like. And they're just some, you know, tags that have some journaling spots on them. That kind of thing. And then they're one-sided, but, you know, there's some tags. And I replaced the white string that came with it with this pink just so it kind of coordinate a little better. So anyway, so essentially she has a little pocket right here that she can put some tags in, or if somebody bops in to visit her, or they want to put a note or something, a sweet sentiment or something, she can look back on that and have that memory. Kind of like when you know, have a baby or something like that, and people will leave you little notes and you look back. It's kind of fun. And this is just, I used some adhesive dots on that memories just to kind of pop it off the page a little bit. And this is kind of heavy, awkward. Anyway, this page here, this is the same kind of paper, but what I did on this one, it's the same album paper as this one, but what I did is I took some modeling paste and I mixed it with a couple different craft colors to kind of come up with this kind of, I don't know, dusty rose color. And then I just used some of that punchinella. I laid it over the top and then, you know, put the modeling paste over top of that. It dried actually pretty quick. I was kind of surprised. I wasn't sure. And I kind of like how it kind of turned the page up a little bit because I kind of like that. It gives it some dimension and some texture. And that's just to kind of give it, you can see there's just a little bit of texture and just, you know, something to kind of feel. And then the little rub-on, or the little clear sticker I have in there, it's the one I mentioned in the first video. It says, believe, to put one's trust in, to accept on as fact, and to have faith in. So, and then I just made this page kind of simple and just put a little flower right there, just so it's kind of something pretty. Same thing on the back side, because she really can't, you know, journal on this with the texture and then the bulky flowers. So I just kind of made this the same. And then, you know, she has the freedom, of course, to put pictures or whatever she'd like to put there. This next one's kind of fun. This is a piece of cardstock. I'll try to put a list of all of the different products I used at the end of the video, or probably more appropriately in my blog post, because I use quite a conglomerate of things. I basically just walked around my room and grabbed some stuff and just kind of started putting them on the table to work with, things that I felt would be appropriate to go in this album for her. Again, I used some more of the the modeling paste. It's the same. I didn't want to waste it when I had this left over, so I went ahead and used it here and then on another page as well. This is the shape of a butterfly, and it's just kind of on top of this really pretty embossed butterfly cardstock. Some more of that. I had it out so I could show you, but I have it down on the floor. I can't reach it. It's more of that crepe paper, and it comes in a bunch of different colors, but this is kind of like a cream, and I just inked it and put another sticker sentiment. It says, you are an inspiration, because she is. And then this is kind of embossed here, and it's kind of really pretty. I think I said this in the first part of the first video, but the one she told all of us at work about her diagnosis, she was so brave about it. She was, you know, just really like, I'm going to beat this. I'm young. I'm healthy. You know, and she had just a positive attitude, and just very inspiring, because I'm not sure how I personally would take that kind of news, to be honest with you. So that's why I kind of have those positive notes to here, because I want her to look at this and be like, you are an inspiration, because, you know, she really touched a lot of us ladies at work when she was just so strong about it. And here's another side here, and she's able to put some journaling, just some journaling note cards here. And on this page, this is a tag that I put some notebook paper on so she could, you know, write whatever she wanted to. And then this, I have 4 of these throughout the album. They're little photo corners that I inked, and this is just the white, just a piece of white cardstock, so she would know that this is where the picture would go. She can choose to mat on this if she wants to, or whatever. And it, of course, does slip out of here. It's not, you know, stuck inside there. And then here's just a, oops, am I kind of crooked? Sorry about that. Courage. And this is kind of a fun little thing, just that binder clip I showed you guys in the first video. And then there's that little pink safety pin I wanted to be sure to use. It's right there. Just tied on that tag. And then here's another one of the photo mats with the corners. And then there's a stamp that says My Journey. And then some more washi tape. Something's coming off there because I was kind of pressing on the page. And then there's some more washi tape there and on the bottom just to kind of balance it out. And then these are the photo inserts that actually came with the black basic album. So what I did is I kind of scattered them out throughout the mini, or excuse me, the journal. That way she could, you know, have the freedom to put in pictures as she wishes, you know. And there's like a little slit here. It looks, I think this is probably where you're supposed to, like, you know, maybe put the date or something like that if you want. But, you know, and the fun thing about this here is that she can actually take this apart, open this up, and she can put the pages wherever she wants to. So, but I just kind of scattered them out just to kind of give that eclectic look. This page here says Fight. It's pretty self-explanatory. And I just put Fight Against Breast Cancer. And then a little metal charm. It says Believe, again on one of those pink safety pins. And then I made a little, the breast cancer ribbon out of the breast cancer actual ribbon. And there's that one. And then this one here. Celebrate Life, and then she can slip a picture underneath there if she likes to do that. A flower I inked up with a couple different chalk inks. Another one of the matted photo corner pages there. And on this side, this is the piece I was telling you about earlier when I was making the side embellishment for this page. When I had it flipped on its side, when I was doing some things, I was like, oh my goodness, this would make like a really cute little pocket. And so that's where I kind of came up with that idea to make that pocket on the earlier page I showed you. And then I just scattered some little butterflies that I inked on the side there. A little metal embellishment says Journey. And then this is just a little page for her to put a photo. You can slip underneath there. And sorry, I'm trying to do my best to make sure I stay on camera. And this page here, this is another one that I had some leftover. This is actually the back side of the negative, I guess, of the Punchinella on the earlier page. I didn't want to waste it, so I flipped it over, and then this is kind of what it did. It's left a little bit of a scattered pattern, which I thought was kind of cool. Just kind of gives it some texture. And then I have a fabric letter to say Joy, and then Celebrate Life, because I didn't want this to be like a totally sad, you know, kind of journal, because, you know, I do want her to celebrate life, and she's doing that already. Not even starting her, you know, procedures or any treatment. She's already looking ahead, you know, and celebrating that she's going to beat this, and I'm confident that she will, because she's just a really strong person. Like I said before, has a really strong faith, and that helps us through anything. And then this is just a little bit of green, just so that whole thing wasn't kind of just pink and whites and kind of beige. I want to have some pops of color in here as well. Oh, I forgot to mention, did I already do that page? I did. I was going to say I had to put some purple in here somewhere because purple's my color, so I think she might get a kick out of that because I threw some purple in. But anyway, so back to this page. This one's really pretty. I thought with the birds and the little bird on there and some flowers, because she likes to garden and that kind of thing. So it's just kind of a little bit of a nature page. And this here is just some of the notebook paper that I cut down to fit. This little stamp that says Today I. You know, these are pretty plain. I didn't really do too much with these pages because I wanted to give her the freedom, and for guests, you know, that visit her, or family, or whatever, friends that come in to visit her or visit her at home, that kind of thing, would have, you know, some space to write some thoughts and some well wishes for her. And then just to kind of break it up, I took a tag that I had tea stained from an earlier project, took some more of that modeling paste that I had, this little tiny bit left, spread it upon this little sample of burlap, which is actually what I used on the outside of the album. This is a little snippet I had left over for another project as well. Put Journey Boulevard on there, and then you just grab it and you flip it over. And then this here is just some more stamping on the paper, just to kind of give it a little bit of a look. And then what I did here, let me switch hands, is I took a library pocket. I have a whole stack of these I picked up from a vintage place. I love them. And it's just like the old school library pockets when you would go check out books and stuff. So instead of using a library card, I used this tag from this other paper collection, and I put a little pink bling on the top. And that way she can pull it out and write down, you know, maybe some kind of a funny memory or story or something that happened during, you know, this journey she's on. And again, just some more of the plain paper. And to kind of break it up, I put some random, you know, stamping that you see on the bigger pieces of paper, just to kind of break up the monotony of just the plain white, you know, notebook paper. And then again, I left some more blank spaces for her to do what she would like to do with that. And again, on the both sides here, on the tops, just did some more stamping. It's something I did on all these pages as well. It's almost like I don't know the material. I mean, it's paper obviously, but it's kind of feels like parchment, kind of cardstocky like, and it's from those big 12 by 12 albums that you would see. You know, I actually picked this up at one of my Dunkin' trips, and what I did is the edge of the paper is already torn like this, and I loved it, so I just cut it to size so that I could keep this texture. If you could see that feathering there. And I just went around the edges of each of these pages with some light pink ink just to kind of give a little bit of pop of color. I didn't really want to, yeah, usually when I'm working on other projects, I like to really distress the heck out of things, but I didn't want to make this look like that. I wanted this to be kind of some soft, you know, natural tones. And then it's just another stamp. It doesn't really say anything. It's just, you know, just something for another visual on the back side. And then there's some more of the blank, you know, the photo inserts that she can use for photos and whatnot. There's a lot. I mean, I didn't even put all of them in this album. There was like a stack like that thick. It was pretty crazy. And this page here, it says, I'm a survivor, a little fabric butterfly here. And what the purpose of this page, and I'll let her know tomorrow when I give it to her, is that this is for her to slip a picture of herself in, whether she does it now, whether she does it mid-treatment, or whether she does it after she's gone through treatment, because she is a survivor and she will survive. And I'll switch hands here again. So what I did is I just put some score tape in the bottom because it's clear. That way she can pick this up and still put a photo underneath there whenever she's ready to do that. And then I just touched it up with a little bit of pink ink just to highlight some of the flowers, the chalk ink. And the back side, a little bit of stamping. And this page, this is another one of my favorites. This is a piece of cardstock, and I just did some gold embossing on some more of the same paper, just a smaller strip of it. It says Thoughts. And then what I did here is this is a canvas bag that I did some stamping on. And then I'll have to set this down again. Same thing here as I did on the front part, is I put a little strip of Velcro on the back. That way she could pop this off. And then what's inside here, I'll show you. And I didn't really do too much to fussy these up because I just, you know, kind of let her have some freedom to do that if she wishes. They're just some little tickets. I think there's from like Making Memories or something like that. But they're just little tickets, you know, she can write things, little notes on them, or, you know, whatever she wants to do. Or if she wants to put little mementos, note cards from visitors, family, that kind of thing, she can do that. And then again, it has a little Velcro piece on the back. And then you just stick it back on there, and then it stays snugly in the book. Just something kind of fun. I can't believe I've never used those little Velcro thin tabs before. I'm going to be using those on more projects for sure, because it's just kind of a fun way to have a little bit of an interactive album, I think. And the back side, another photo mat. I wanted to kind of keep it simple since we have the bulk of this canvas, or the canvas bag here. I wanted to kind of keep that kind of, you know, simple on the back. That way she could just slip a picture underneath here. And then there's a blank little journaling spot, and she can write whatever she'd prefer. And this is also for her family too. I mean, her, you know, her husband or her children, if they wanted to write, but, you know, in this as well, because it's kind of, you know, their whole family's going through this journey. So that way they have a little bit of freedom to do that too. And then just some more of the blank paper here. And then I use another one of the library sleeves. And then what I did with this is I just took some of that lined paper, just made a stack of them, just cut them to fit. That way, you know, people could leave little notes, and she could stick them back inside there, or she could choose to put them, you know, on some of the blank pages if she wanted to, you know, staple them, which I think is kind of a fun idea. You know, just using a glue stick or some adhesive or something like that. And there's another page, a couple of the blank pages is there, so she had some room to do some journaling. And on this one here, I have a couple photo mats, clustered some flowers. This is a flower off another project I did. I'll be doing a video on that project tomorrow, because it's getting pretty late for me now. But anyway, so I'll show you how the technique I did on that flower. I painted it. It's pretty cool. And then there's some more washi tape on this side just for some visual interest there. And again, on this side here, because I had the bulk of the flowers, I didn't want to put a journaling spot on the back, you know, which would be difficult for her to try to write when it's bulky. So to solve that, I used another one of the library pockets, made a tag that just, oops, sorry, my hand's in the way. Let me switch hands here. That, you know, you can pull out, and then she could have the freedom to journal or whatever and slip it back inside and not have to worry about trying to write on the back side of a bulky page. And then I have a few more of the pages that are just kind of plain. We're almost done. This little bird, kind of cute little stamp. And some butterflies. I use my distress markers on the back of some stamps to kind of give it some different colors there. And then again, another plain page for her to journal on. and then the back side. And I showed this in the first video. This is the back cover of that little paper pad that's holding all the let me show you the lined school paper that I have. This paper here, it came in this pad, and I cut it down, and then that way she can just stick a picture on there. Kind of fun. It's kind of blingy, and a little bit of a black binder clip just for some fun, little fun splash of color. And then getting towards the back here, so I need to flatten it out so I can turn this page. And on this one here is another photo spot. This isn't all the way down, so she can slip a picture underneath there, a little flower to top that off on some cardstock. And then I have some more of the blank photo pages. And that's actually the back of the album. That's the rest of it. I just stuck the rest of them. Well, not all of them. There's still probably another good half an inch to an inch of these left that I didn't put in because it made the journal too bulky. But these are just some extras I put in the back so she could put tons of pictures in if she wants to, or take them out if she doesn't really need them. And it's to show you the back side of the journal is also completed as well. So just kind of give it that polished kind of finished book look. So again, this is going to be something I'm giving to my friend and co-worker tomorrow, and I just wanted to share with all of you so I could have a video documentary of this journal I made for her. And I'll be sure to, when I do my blog post, I'm hoping I can get a picture with her with it tomorrow when I give it to her. So that's my plan. We'll see how that kind of turns out. And I will put that in my blog post as well when I do the blog post. So, and close this. Here's the front. So if you guys have any questions on any of the techniques or anything I did in this my journey journal for my friend, go ahead and send me an email. It's scrapandabby@gmail.com. Sorry, it's late, so I'm kind of my mind's kind of running. It's kind of falling asleep on me a little bit, so I apologize if I seem a little disoriented or disjointed. Anyway, so it's scrapandabby@gmail.com, and then I'm also going to do some future tutorials on some of the different techniques that I did on here. But anyway, it's kind of just my way just to give a little tribute to my friend that's going through a really rough time, but I know she will get through this. She's a strong person, and I just want to kind of give her something to let her know that I'm thinking about her, and that way she has a way to record her journey through this fight with cancer. So thank you for letting me share that with you guys, and I will see you next time.